Ah, Captain! Found you at last!
What can I do for you, Sharp?
I've interviewed my fellow Threndrets, and all report they have not experienced any telepathic messages at all.
That was quick work, Sharp. You know, I simply meant they were to report to me if they were contacted, right?
We Threndrets never put off our duties, Captain. If you ask something of me, consider it done.
Imagine what a starship full of Threndrets could accomplish.
Not necessary, Captain. For the same results, all you need is one of us.
Yes, of course. My dear Sharp, the one fixed point in an ever-changing universe. Well, I finished my reports for now. Shall we head to the bridge?
Yes, indeed, Captain. Captain,
Yes?
if you'll allow me, I would like to take the lead on this for a moment. My intuition tells me it's a buoy, warning off visitors, with one exception.
Yes.
My initial scans will reveal a type of radiation that I've only encountered once before. The power signature from Gordon's suit.
So, not a coincidence, Sharp.
Based on the events of the last month or so, absolutely not. For whatever reason, we have been led here. More specifically, you, Captain.
I have to agree. But what is the buoy guarding?
Whatever lies beyond, of course. The space ahead is a dead zone for our scanners. No readings beyond the buoy are possible.
Then, let's go see what's out there. Helmsman, plot us a course around the buoy and take us into the dead zone.
Aye, sir.
Now this is what I signed up for.
I didn't want to talk about this over the intercom.
Is that the medicine from Dr. Ross?
Yes, his one-time miracle drug, as he calls it.
Have you discovered anything new about it?
Despite rigorous scans, I wasn't able to figure out how it works. And I hope it never comes to this. But if we need it, you'll be granted 12 hours more of life. That's it.
Just as Dr. Ross said. Anything else I need to know?
I transferred the drug into this hypo. It'll be ready for use at a moment's notice.
Good to know.
One more thing, Holt. If you feel that the end is near, it's critical that you contact me immediately. Understood? If you die before I get there, I simply don't know if the drug is going to work or if I can bring you back. So let's not put that to the test, okay?
Look at that. Hold position here. Full scanners, all stations. Tizrock, anything about this region of space I need to know about?
This is an unexplored region of space, Captain, and there's not a lot of information at this time. But readings are normal.
I want to know if it's safe for us to enter.
I've never seen anything like this.
I wouldn't recommend risking the ship, Captain. Too many unknown factors.
If that is some sort of door, you might be the key to unlocking it.
I was thinking of going in using the shuttlecraft, Tizrock.
As your security chief, I strongly advise against that course of action. Too dangerous to risk your life, Captain.
I was hoping you'd say that. Gordon told me that the answer to our problems would be found out here. And I trust his judgment. Head down to the hangar bay and prepare a shuttle. We've got some exploring to do.
Hangar bay doors opening.
Now leaving orbit.
Safe journey, Captain. I hope you discover the answers ye all seek.
Keep a continuous readout, Tizrock.
Yes, Captain. Do you have any thoughts on what might be on the other side of this portal?
Not a clue. Taking us in.
Portal opening.
Almost like we are expected. Rock. Is that some sort of holographic image we're looking at? Or is that an actual body of a life form?
Readings coming in. It is not a projection, Captain. We are, in fact, looking at the corpse of an unknown species.
Amazing. I never knew that a living being could grow to that size.
The dimensions are impressive. From top to bottom, the being is 11,200 feet tall and weighs 8,448,000,000 tons.
Incredible. I don't think we have the time or the resources for a full detailed examination.
I have to concur. However, the floating islands of technology might be a more reasonable target for our investigations.
Yeah? Which one? There are so many of them.
If the designers of this area respond to visitors, perhaps they have an auto-response system in place.
That sounds logical, Tizrock. But what kind of pulse would work?
The nature of the pulse would have to be unique and not something that could be misconstrued as coming from the zone itself.
Like knocking loudly on a door.
Correct, Captain.
Permission to proceed.
I am sending out a modulated deflector pulse, varying its speed and intensity.
And if that goes unnoticed?
From my limited resources, I can try a variation of the pulse 758 times.
You call that limited? Make your beam on the widest possible spectrum and range. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Luck has nothing to do with it, Captain. Circumstances will either result in success or failure accordingly.
Of course. How long will it take to send out the pulse?
The first variation is ready now, sir.
Excellent. As always, Tizrak.
Naturally, sir. Sending out the pulse now.
Any results?
Indeed. One of the islands registered the signal and sent one back to us.
Incredible. Does that mean something's alive in there?
Maybe not alive, but a technological response. An awakened computer, perhaps.
That makes sense. Well, alter course to that island.
Yes, sir.
I can't tell which one is our destination.
I believe I can, Captain. There is an atmospheric bubble forming on the island directly ahead.
What about the other islands?
No activity detected. Our path is clear.
Yeah, seems so.
I understand your need to be cautious. However, it is logical that if our theory is correct, and this is some information center, it would react in an accessible manner, such as we are experiencing.
But is this too easy?
Ease doesn't automatically translate as dangerous, Captain. It is my experience that the more dangerous something is, the more obstacles one encounters.
Well, you're very convincing. Proceed to the docking of that island.
Initiating docking thrusters. The breathable atmosphere has extended around our ship completely.
And the air is perfectly safe for us?
A healthy Class M mix, Captain. Excellent quality. Obviously, our bio readings have been scanned.
Very convenient. The technology is impressive to be so compatible to us.
Perhaps we are not the first visitors to this place, Captain.
Wow. Now there's the thought.
Docking complete. Recommend phasers, just in case.
Agreed. Come on, Tizrak. Let's see what we can find out.
Here's a structure that I suspect may be a user interface.
Good. I want some answers, Tizrock.
I concur, Captain. This technology is impressive. This unit is millions of years old, yet it appears as if it was constructed yesterday.
Fascinating. Can you access its memory banks, assuming that it has one in the first place?
In fact, the unit has made the first move. Despite its age, it has opened a link with my tricorder. Captain, the unit is conforming its algorithm and altering its patterns to align with our language and thought patterns.
Like an advanced universal translator.
Far more advanced than that, Captain. You were not incorrect.
Tizrock, can you determine its intentions?
A logical conclusion is the unit wants to communicate with us.
Fair enough. But are we in any danger?
Insufficient data. But I do not believe so.
Can you inform it we mean it no harm?
This tricorder is not a communication device. We could verbalize, state out our intentions.
I see. Let's give it a shot. Alien Unit. This is Captain Holt Allen, representing the United Federation of Planets. We are explorers, and we mean you no harm. Our mission is one of exploration. We seek out knowledge and the opportunity to exchange information. Do you understand?
I am registering no response, even on a telepathic level.
My theory is this machine alters itself to match whoever's contacting it. What happens next? I can't even guess.
Your logic is sound, based on what we've observed so far. Captain, we should be able to clearly communicate with the unit right now. It has fully transformed its linguistics and symbolism to exactly match our databases. In fact, it is comparable with all the AI systems we use in Starfleet.
And why hasn't it responded to me?
Maybe it felt the question was insufficient to warrant an answer.
I think I was just insulted.
Not my intention at all, Captain.
Tizrock, do you want to give it a try?
If you wish, Captain. We are explorers. We seek knowledge and an understanding of who you are and what this place is. We are open to share the same regarding us. Respond, please.
Well done, Tizrock.
There's an increase of power, a localized beam.
For what purpose?
From the infinite possibilities emerged a threat that is not here, but will be, unfolding as it is ordained. And before it began, it ended us. A measure to forestall and allow the infinite to continue. Just as you have endless channels of reality, each turn leading you towards a different outcome. We created the universe that allowed the multiverse to be. From such heights we fought among ourselves and became vulnerable to the fates we had so feared. The ultimate irony, knowing too much, leads to not understanding what one knows. The less one understands, the better one is prepared to deal with the celestial affairs of the god Thrax. When technology arrives before wisdom, all of creation is in jeopardy. Morality is the compass, but compassion is the key. The less traveled route demonstrates the viability of the completed circle. And what of the individual? Every decision leads to what could be, with no guarantee to be ordained. But the value lies not in the length of existence, but what can be done, or the possibility exists. In our arrogance, we left the records of all we had done. It was never supposed that our inner sanctum would be breached. However, much we knew that it would happen. And even though we are dead, we are aware that our technology is being used to destroy all we built. And this is where you come in, a conduit to undo the damage. In this way, change shall be enacted through rebirth. When the time comes, a choice must be made. Forgive yourself to the extent that your decision will pave the way to resolution. The same way grass concedes to the power of the wind. Heed what is said, and go forth and resolve the events that started so long ago and will play out in the now.
Are you all right, Tizrock?
I am, Captain. But I have witnessed a most extraordinary and fascinating series of events.
So have I. What do you make of it all?
I believe we have been educated in matters that would be above our capacity to fully understand under normal circumstances.
But this direct mind link has allowed us to understand what the Godthrax are all about.
It does eliminate the factors for our misunderstanding, Captain. I believe we can say what we have learned is a fundamental truth.
Agreed. Let's compare notes. The Godthrax create the multiverse. Was there anything before it? I say yes. There has to be a place to create from.
Logical.
My impression is the Godthrax never knew a time when they weren't all-powerful.
It is reasonable to assume that they were architects of all totality, the knowing of all things.
But that knowledge didn't prevent them from coming to an end themselves.
One could know the outcome of an event and still not have the technology to prevent it. The Gothrax did not provide me with the reason they ceased to be. But the immediate question is, why did they leave this message with us in the first place?
Isn't it apparent? They need us to stop Frost and prevent all of this from playing out.
Overall, you are correct, Captain. But I believe they also gave us some answers about Frost and the multiverse crisis.
Yes. Let me see if I got this right, Tizrock. Somehow Frost found his way into here. He learned about the Godthrax, the creation of the multiverse, and the endless variations of reality. He either stole or grasped the advanced technological concepts. Perhaps how they built everything, and will use this knowledge to wipe everything out.
The Gothrax predicted that one day Frost, or someone like him, would do this. For whatever reason, they failed to construct a defensive plan that prevents this.
Maybe, no matter what they did, the outcome would be the same. Or are we the backup plan?
That would fit into the idea of including us now. But I fail to see how we will ever be able to stop Frost, even knowing what we know now.
At some time, everybody asks themselves, why am I here? Maybe I was born just to exist, to stop Frost.
I suspect you are much more than that, Captain. Perhaps together we can accomplish the task at hand.
As I've said before, there is nobody better suited for the mission.
Then we are in agreement.
Let's get back to the Antyllus, Tizrock. Enter into the security log all that we know. And remember, we might never get a chance like this again. All that we know has changed. And thanks to Frost, it's still changing.
Yes, Captain. And we may continue to remember more. I suspect our subconscious was privy to even more information than what we can recall presently.
I was just thinking that as well. Side effects from our common experience?
Or, as you like to say, Captain, great minds think alike.
Incoming message.
Put it on the screen, Starlin.
Captain Allen,
Go ahead, Commander. We read you.
Starfleet has been trying to reach the Antyllus. I've been asked to contact you.
We're back now. What is the nature of your urgent call?
3 sectors have been experiencing shifts. It's almost beyond description. As if the fabric of reality had been torn, and then suddenly repaired itself.
What is the current status of the 3 sectors?
Stable, for now, as if nothing happened. We can't explain it. However, the Council has decided that you have the answers. Is that true, Captain?
I have my suspicions, but I can't be certain without more information.
I see. Well then, you are ordered to Sector 4536, the first one affected. Report back to us as soon as you learn anything. In the meantime, the fleet has been ordered to withdraw from all affected areas wherever possible.
Can I request some backup? Perhaps the Saladin or the Constar?
The Antyllus stands alone, Captain. Those are the orders.
The Antyllus is on her way to Sector 4536. Thank you.
Good luck, Captain.
I'll have all stations report in, Captain. We'll be prepared, as ordered.
Helmsman, plot us a course. Sector 4536. Warp 7.
Setting course.
Ready on your order, Captain.
Execute.
Warp factor 7.
We have more to accomplish, it seems.
Let us hope that the faith the Godthrax have placed in us is justified, Captain.